Hello. In this short video, we're going to take a quick look at how to navigate through the course. Again, the course is a lot like a video game. You need to complete each unit's learning activities before you'll be able to see the next unit on the schedule. Also remember, the complete instructions for how to navigate through the course are located right here on the Start Here page. Click on that link, you'll see all the complete instructions for navigating through the course. Do not email me your questions. Post all questions on this questions and answers discussion board. If you have a question, click on this link, questions and answers. Create a new thread. Put your entire question in the subject line. Don't just say something like syllabus question. Type the complete question in the subject line. Something like, where is the course schedule? That way, not only the instructor, but the other students can see the question. Then click Submit. If you see a question that you think you know the answer to, by all means, don't wait for the instructor. Go ahead and try to answer the student's question. I tend to give a few extra credit points to people who try to answer questions for their fellow students. If you email me your questions, the answer is going to be post all questions on the questions and answers discussion board. Now, if you have a confidential question that should not be posted publicly for the rest of the class to see, then email me that question. But post all other questions on the questions and answers discussion board. So let's click back on the announcements page and take a look at how to get started in the course. Begin by reading and understanding the syllabus and schedule. This is a lot of information, but it's important information. Remember, the syllabus is like a contract between the student and the instructor. Not only are students held to the syllabus, but so are the instructors. The very first quiz in the course is a syllabus quiz. You must score 10 out of 10 points on the syllabus quiz before you will be able to continue in Blackboard. This is true of all quizzes in the course. Now, the quizzes are automatically graded by Blackboard, and you will be allowed to retake every quiz as many times as necessary to score 10 out of 10. The reason there's a syllabus quiz is one of the habits we're going to learn in this class is to become self-directed learners. We read and understand the syllabus, we read and understand the lesson plans, we read and understand the assignment prompts. The reason we take every quiz over and over until we get 10 out of 10 points is to get into the habit of trying and trying again until we master whatever the assignments are in any class that we're taking. After you read and understand each section of the syllabus, you'll see a little button at the bottom of that page marked Mark Reviewed. These are important because they let me know that you've at least read the syllabus or the project introduction or the lesson plan or whatever, so that when you have questions, it helps me understand where your question's coming from. So once you've read each section, click on this button that says Mark Reviewed. Then you will see an acknowledgement that you've reviewed this page. After you've read and understood each section of the syllabus and mark it as reviewed, and there are 4 sections. Now, the course schedule is very important. Do not trust the Blackboard calendar to tell you when assignments are due. Go by this schedule. In an 8-week course, like you're looking at here, 2 units of learning activities are due each week. In a 16-week semester, 1 unit of learning activities is due each week, but the due dates will be found here on the syllabus and schedule. So don't be confused by any other supposed due dates that you see anyplace else on Blackboard. So once you've looked over the syllabus, click everything marked as reviewed, then you can come back over here to the left-hand side of the screen to this main menu and click on Orientation Project. As you can see here in the main menu, there are 5 portfolio paper projects. Inside each of these projects, you will find several units of learning activities that you need to complete. All of the quizzes, discussion board assignments, all submissions like portfolio papers, all of those assignments are inside these projects, along with all of the instructions for completing those assignments. Now, when you first click on one of these projects, you'll see a project introduction. You'll need to read and understand those instructions, and there'll be a button called Mark Reviewed, just like you saw on the syllabus and schedule. You'll see a prompt for the portfolio paper that we're going to write. It's not due in the first week of the project, but it's a good idea to read this and get an idea of what the goal is that we're working towards in that project, and then you'll mark that reviewed. As you can see at this point, there are no units visible underneath these 2 items. Just like a video game, you'll need to complete all the prior required assignments before the next unit appears on your screen. So let's go back to the orientation project. Here's the orientation introduction. After you have reviewed the entire syllabus and schedule, and you review this introduction and click Mark Reviewed, refresh your screen, go back to the orientation project, and there we go. The Orientation Week Learning Activities module, the Orientation Week unit full of assignments, has now magically appeared. There is only one unit of learning activities in the orientation project, so click on this link. The next thing you will see is the lesson plan. Read and understand each unit's lesson plan and follow those instructions. When you have questions and post them on the question and answer discussion board, if the answer's in the lesson plan, the answer is going to be, what does it say in the lesson plan? If, on the other hand, you don't understand something specific in the lesson plan, then please post a question about that on the questions and answers discussion board. Once you've read and understand the lesson plan, you can click on the assignment. This is an essay assignment. You will not write the submission in a text window. You will not do that. I will not accept that as a submission. You must submit a Word document of all of your submission assignments. Find your Word document. Attach that as your submission. You can add comments if you like. They're not necessary, but attach your submission as a Word document and click Submit. It is not necessary to wait for me to grade your assignments to move on in the course. Once you've submitted your orientation assignment, you can go ahead and click on Portfolio Paper 1 Project, read the project introduction, read the prompt for Portfolio Paper 1, mark these as reviewed, and voila! The Unit 1 Learning Activities module has appeared. Click on the unit link. You'll see the lesson plan with all the instructions, all of the reading assignments, links to any videos you may need to watch. You'll find all that information in the lesson plan, and once you read and understand the instructions, you can click on each of these assignments. Again, you'll be required to take all quizzes until you score 10 out of 10. This is true for any assignment. You can resubmit any assignment as many times as necessary to get an A on that assignment. This class is not about achieving perfect results the first time. This class is about developing a process that should be useful in every class you take from now on, for reading and writing, preparing for tests, preparing for class discussions, and getting ahead of the ball so that instead of waiting for the teacher to assign a paper, you've already developed a pile of material that you can use to write just about any kind of paper in just about any kind of class. So don't be afraid to jump in and attempt any assignment in my class. You'll be allowed to resubmit and revise and resubmit and revise until you get an A on every assignment. After you've completed all the assignments in Unit 1 and scored 10 out of 10 on the Unit 1 quiz, then you should see Unit 2 appear below the link to Unit 1, and so forth. Now remember, on the syllabus and schedule, it will tell you which units are within which portfolio paper projects. One last reminder, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Dive right in and start working on the learning activities. The only thing you really need to be afraid of in this course is procrastination. The only way to fail this course is to procrastinate and not attempt to do the homework assignments and wait until it's far too late to try. So jump right in, start working on the homework assignments, and I hope you enjoy the class.